Okay, next up we're going to be making the wild garlic sauce and also the oil, because it's quite similar in terms we've got to blanch the wild garlic first and then blend that with an oil. But with the sauce we're going to blend it with some sautéed shallots and garlic, and that will give the main body to the sauce, which will be perfect for the lamb that we're going to do in another recipe later on for Mother's Day. I'm going to bring it to boil some water, and while that is boiling, to blanch the wild garlic, we're going to sauté the shallots and garlic. Now, wild garlic sauce is a really good base sauce to go with pretty much anything, any meat. Just as you like have a garlic sauce for anything else, you can use it as a base for other sauces, blanc, or we're going to do this one with the lamb breast. It's sort of the traditional sort of lamb roast that you're going to have. Lamb breast is a really good way of using something that's cheaper cut to make. So we're just going to got a little bit of olive oil in there. We've got the sliced garlic and the shallots in there. We're just going to just saute them, not colour them too much, don't need to. Keep them moving, and you want to sweat them. Just a bit of pepper in there. You see, I've got quite a lot of wild garlic to get through, so we're going to make a lot of sauce. But when you blanch it, it's all going to shrink down, so actually won't have as much as you think you will have. And why am I using spinach with it? The spinach actually keeps that nice green colour, and also if you're not too keen in the heavy garlic flavour, I mean why you're doing these recipes, but if you want to temper them, make it less so garlicky, you add more spinach versus garlic. These are nearly done. Sweat this in a bit of butter. If you want this as dairy-free sauce, then just leave the butter out. They're all nice and sweated away. I'm going to actually put these into a smaller container and let that cool down completely, because you don't want to be blending it when it's hot, because it's just going to kill that lovely green colour. So let's put that into a smaller container. Okay, that's all done. You probably can see that's all boiling away nicely, so we're going to blanch the garlic and the spinach now. Literally a couple of seconds in there, and we're going to take it straight into an ice bath that I prepared earlier in the sink, so 1 second. Alright, so we've blanched the wild garlic in boiling water, and then I put it straight into an ice bath, and now we just need to wring out as much water as possible when you're making the oil, because you don't want the water to blend in the oil, just where it mix. So just going to get a clean tea towel or J-cloth or anything that's quite absorbent but clean. And a little trick is just use a rolling pin and squash out any extra moisture. And then I'm going to quickly give it a rough chop up before putting it into the blender. You want to use a blender that can go on quite a high speed, so using a Vitamix blender here, but you could also use maybe a NutriBullet, something similar, but obviously a smaller quantity. I'm going to use a vegetable oil or a rapeseed oil. You can use olive oil, but I find with some olive oils they can be quite bitter, and I want this quite very neutral wild garlic flavour, pure wild garlic flavour, so I'm just going to use vegetable oil here. You could do 50-50 as well if you wanted to. There we go. Got about 1 litre there of vegetable oil. Make sure that lid is on really tight. Okay, so that's been blended for a couple of minutes now. I can feel it's getting quite hot, so you don't want it to be blending. When it blends at a high speed, it generates a lot of heat, and what you don't want to do is have it hot too long, because it will just kill that beautiful green chlorophyll colour of the oil, wild garlic oil. And so what I'm going to do now is I just prepared an ice bath, and I'm just going to kill the temperature of that oil really quickly by putting it into an ice bath. Put that into the ice bath. Don't get any of the ice water into the oil. Just let that cool down from that process of the blending. You can see this already is going to be a really nice wild garlic oil. Right, so this has been cooling down. It's ready to strain. Now I've got this little strainer, this little gizmo. This is on Amazon. It's just actually a jam straining set, but I use it for making oils quite a lot. You see it's a bit from the previous green oil that I made. These are really super cheap, a couple of quid, and they're great if you want to make like lemonade and put yogurt and strain it or whatever. Anyway, perfect for making herb oil. So, and carefully lift out that from the ice water. Now, things with straining the oils, don't force it through the straining cloth, so either muslin cloth or like what I'm using here. Don't pull it through, because what you'll have to end up doing is pushing through the solids through the cloth, and what you're ideally is having is separating the solids and the oil, and all you want is the oil. Otherwise what it will do is the solids will go off, and yeah, you'll just get all this horrible bitty oil. So now we're just going to leave this to fully drain. It's best to leave this overnight, let gravity do its work. You can put it in the fridge to keep it, you want to keep it out of direct sunlight basically, or away from any natural light, because that's going to affect the beautiful green colour we've got. And once that is drained, we're just going to take that oil and bottle it. So that's pretty much ready to use. So you can season it up with a bit of salt, a bit of lemon. I use my oil when I need it to make dressings, and I season it up then, just to keep it super fresh. And what you'll end up with is this beautiful green oil. I can see it there. We're just going to bottle it in some clean sterilised jars. There we have it. We've got some wild garlic oil. You can use it for making wild garlic mayonnaise, so instead of using normal oil to make mayonnaise, use some of this and you're going to get this real bright green mayonnaise colour, which is amazing for sandwiches, roast beef sandwiches, hell yeah. Or drizzle it on top of other dishes when you want a nice vibrant green and garlicky finish to your dish, so like the lamb breast dish that we have done on the other recipes. Yeah, have a go at it, yeah, and enjoy. Cheers guys.